Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a special edition of TUTV's In Performance. We're now joined by Morgan Leese, an artist who turned pandemic isolation into a fulfilling creative journey. Fueled by a desire to share her song, she tackled stage fright, learned guitar, and even founded the Singers and Songwriters Club here at Temple University. Please join me in welcoming Morgan Leese. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank
Amazing.
you.
Thank you for being here today. I'm so excited to
Thank you for having me.
kind of dive into your story. So why don't we start at the very beginning? You mentioned you started writing songs in high school, but what was kind of the moment that made you say, you know what, like I'm going to really pursue this. I'm going to keep going with this?
First, it started during COVID. I wrote tons of crappy songs, and they started to get pretty good around 18, 19 years old, and I thought, I don't know where this came from. So I thought I would turn that desire, despite it not being logical, into some sort of a career, I guess you can call it.
Like
So,
a creative outlet, I guess.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned COVID. I feel like that was definitely a very isolating and scary time for a lot of people. How did you use that as a space to kind of like, you know what, I'm going to pivot a little bit and I'm going to start making new art? Like, what was that experience like during such a scary time, I guess?
I just kind of fell into it. I don't know. I just kind of fell into it. I listened to my intuition, and I just kept writing.
I love that. I mean, I started piano lessons in COVID, but then that just kind of went, so.
Yeah,
much
I
better
tried
on you
that too.
for sticking with it, because I mean,
Yeah.
look at you now. I love that. Now, you also made the decision to transfer from a community college to Temple University. What was that experience like? That's a very big step, and how did that also impact you as an artist and musician?
Yeah, so that was another illogical desire, and my parents actually didn't want me to come here because it was, they weren't too happy about that. But there's a lot of talented artists on this campus, and it really pushes you to get out of your environment, like your comfort zone, and just throw yourself into it despite not having as much experience as your peers.
I love that. What do you think is like the most exciting part about now being here at Temple with this art scene? Like, is there like a fun memory you have so far from your time here?
Honestly, getting to grow as an artist and picking up guitar last year.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So also kind of talking more about your artistry, do you have any like influences, even from when you were a kid to now, that you're like, you know what, like that's the kind of music I want to make, or anybody that you're like lyrically, or anybody you're trying to pay homage to with your music?
Definitely Nirvana, Kurt Cobain specifically, In Utero. That was really the album that made me want to become a singer and songwriter.
Wow, that's really cool. So Burning is the name of the first song that you're going to be performing for us today. Can you maybe walk me through how that song came to be and like maybe the messaging behind it?
So I wrote that before I actually transferred here back in August of 2023. And it started off with my stomach issues. So I have stomach issues, obviously. And there was
Cool girls do.
Yes. There was this burning sensation, and I'm like, I don't know how to put this into words, and I just need to write a song about it, because that's what I do. If I can't communicate something properly, I have to write a song about it, and it just spawned from there, really.
I love that. I feel like music definitely finds a way of saying the words that we can't communicate, like as you just said. I love that. So now performing her original song, Burning, here's Morgan Leese. Hello and welcome back to TUTV's In Performance with today's second guest, Morgan Leese. What a wonderful first performance. I mean, kind of after watching that, the viewers might not know where we're about to go next, but you overcame stage fright, which is a common thing that a lot of performers, even myself, sometimes go through hosting television shows. But can you kind of talk to me about what that experience was like for you and kind of the steps you took to overcome it to be where you are now?
Oh, frightening. You just gotta do it scared. You just gotta push through that mental barrier. It's probably like the worst thing that you could go through mentally. But yeah.
Did you find that started when you first started writing back in high school, or was that more of like now that you're starting to kind of make a name for yourself as a musician, that kind of started to take over then?
Yeah. So it started off as like a fantasy. I didn't really care. I didn't see it going anywhere. And now that it's getting more real, it's like, oh, I actually gotta like do this thing. And that's where the fear really starts to bubble up to the surface.
So having gone through that now, being on the other side of that, do you have any like tips or tricks or experiences that you'd want to share with maybe somebody else watching at home that's maybe thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I'm too scared. Like you said do it scared, but is there any other things that you found got you through that?
Definitely.
Be a little isolating.
Yes, you got to meditate on it, honestly, and you got to get out of your own way. My dad says that to me all the time. Oh my gosh, I sound like my dad right now. This is crazy.
You're maturing, right? Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, you really just got to get out of your own head. Just do it. Don't give it thought. I know it's easier said than done, but you just got to do it.
And especially probably with the more experience that you get.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm also excited to talk about, you also founded a club here at Temple University.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that and why you founded that?
Yeah, so the Singers and Songwriters Club, I founded that because I wanted to overcome my fear of singing, and I just wanted to do it before I graduated. And that's basically the purpose of it. We had a very successful first semester last fall, and I couldn't have been more grateful for the team that I had and the people that came to it. I feel like all of us benefited so much from having a club like that on campus.
And I feel like it's surprising that we never had that before. I know I have a lot of good
Yeah.
friends who both know Eileen, so if you're watching at home, hi Eileen. But that's been a really great outlet for her as well, because I know that she's trying to get to where you are now, so it's really cool to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, along with that, you're very busy on campus. You were also in another organization, the Bell Tower record label, I believe, right?
Yes.
How has that been, and what do you do there?
Oh my gosh. So I'm the live events coordinator, and basically we just put on live shows. We actually have one coming up this Thursday at the Post near University City. And that's been an interesting experience because I don't know much about the live industry and I want to get to learn more about it. So just being able to manage a team and then watching everything come to life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask what your major is here at Temple?
I'm an audio and live entertainment major.
Amazing. Where do you see that taking you someday? Do you plan to be performing all the time, or do you plan to maybe dive into a different side of things? I know that major is really cool because it kind of gives you the experience to learn a little bit of every side of the music industry. Do you have a favorite part of that?
I definitely want to get more into performing. I want to be able to be comfortable with singing my craft and sharing it with other people. So definitely the live music industry. If I can't do performing all of the time, just having my hand in that part some way.
Mm-hmm. Now, we talked about overcoming stage fright and all the ways that you're getting involved. Being in, as you founded the club, being in like a leadership position for that, what advice or what lessons have you learned in your field that you would like to bestow upon the future of music makers?
Listen more than you speak.
My mom always said, God gave you 2 ears to listen twice as more than you speak. And I got to listen to her a little bit more. I just can't shut up sometimes.
But yeah, definitely listening more than you speak, because you're not going to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to come across as a fool if you're trying to speak about something that you don't really know about. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we heard your first performance, and we're going to be hearing another one a little bit later in the show. But with your music, is there any themes or messaging that you like to kind of embed in there, or is it more so just this is my music and I just do it for fun kind of thing, or do you kind of put more things into it?
Definitely, I've noticed that I've gravitated towards talking about fire and flames.
Kind of an elemental aspect to it.
Yeah, if the first song doesn't give that away, it's definitely prevalent in a lot more of my lyrics. So I talk about that, I talk about spiritual growth in some sort of way, so definitely spiritual, personal growth.
I love that. Do you have a favorite song you've ever written? Like, I assume when you started writing, you were kind of like, oh, this isn't good, that's not good. But is there one that you're just like, I'm so proud of this one, this is it for me?
So the first one that comes to mind, it's called To Kill a Mockingbird.
One of my favorite books.
Yes, I actually didn't really read the book. So I looked on Spark Notes and I was reading that, and I just got inspired to write it. It's honestly one of the most sentimental songs that I've ever written,
Mm-hmm.
so eventually being able to bring that to life and sing that for people to hear, I'm looking forward to it.
I cannot wait to hear that one. We're going to stop there because we're going to stay tuned for another performance from Morgan Leese, this time her original song, Moon. It's all ahead on TUTV's In Performance, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to TUTV's In Performance. We're continuing our special edition episode with today's second guest, Morgan Leese. So before the break, we were talking about your song To Kill a Mockingbird, but kind of speaking about songwriting, you also recently taught yourself how to play guitar and sing, which is another feat in and of itself, especially for someone that just kind of began this journey on a whim. Can you talk to me more about what that process was like? Like I said, I started piano lessons, and I was like, oh, this is too hard for me. I'm just going to leave it there. But you kept going.
Yeah, so I actually started to play the piano when I was 19. So that didn't work completely. Yeah. So
Same here.
Yeah. Last year I started playing the guitar, and I had this self-limiting belief that I just wasn't able to play an instrument, which is totally bizarre and it doesn't make any sense. But I just kept sticking to it. I did get some lessons over the summer for 2 months, and then I just wanted to keep going and eventually putting chords to my own songs. And with playing and singing at the same time, that's actually a recent barrier that I finally broke through back in December. And I am honestly so grateful that I just kept pushing. It was very, very difficult, but I'm glad that I broke through.
Can I ask what you were doing before you were able to play for yourself? Did you have an accompanist? You know what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Could you further elaborate that?
I was like, before you began to play for yourself as a performer, did you do performances with somebody playing for you?
No.
Oh, really? So
Nope.
you really just started very recently performing?
Yep.
That is crazy, and thank you again so much for being here today, because that really is so recent. Wow. So now that you are performing your own songs, do you have any further aspirations for your music? I think you definitely have a go-getter attitude. You have a good drive inside you where it's like, you know what, I can do this. Where do you see yourself going next?
That's a really good question. I definitely want to make these songs come to life even more than just my voice and a guitar. I want to actually play the song like to myself, get more into music production. I feel like that's the next step, and just performing more, getting used to it. Yeah.
And kind of speaking about that, you're a senior this year, correct?
Yes.
You have graduation looming. So again, within your major, how has that experience been? Have you found these different life experiences like that definitely is a big milestone affecting your artistry? I know a lot of times it's hard to, most importantly, find time just to do your craft. Have you been finding you've been limited to making your art because of all the extra graduation requirements you've been seeing?
Yes. So I've been trying to find a lot of time to really hone my craft, and I've been beating myself up over it because I'm like, I don't have all of the time to just like sit here and become better than what I already am. And also having the worries of what am I gonna do after I graduate. It's just, it can get very noisy in my head. But yeah.
And that's when you translate it right into your art.
Exactly.
So with the songs you have and the ones that are to come, I know we talked about the elemental nature that you bring to your music. Do you ever try to bring in any of those, like we're talking about stage fright too, any like uplifting messages? I know some people like to use their music to help others, or do you think your music is just, for me, now for you guys kind of thing?
No, there's definitely some uplifting messages sprinkled in through them. I noticed that when I first started songwriting, it was a lot more pessimistic, but as I kept going through, just getting a little better at it, I noticed that they became more positive. So there's definitely a gradual change within the lyrics, yeah.
I love that. I think it's so cool to see yourself like truly evolving, because it's, again, so recent. You've just seen yourself go from here to there to there, and I think it's only going to be up from here. So the final song you're performing for us today is going to be Moon.
Yes.
Moon. Can you tell me more about that song and more about the story behind that?
So it was actually inspired by Drain You by Nirvana. And
I love the Nirvana tie-ins throughout this whole
Yes.
episode today.
Yeah. And honestly, A Clockwork Orange. So I was watching A Clockwork Orange for, I think, the second time, and I really wanted to know what this movie was about, because it just went over my head. I'm like, why is this so confusing? This is honestly pissing me off. So I decided to write a song about it. And the first verse is actually based off of one of the scenes from that movie. And I don't want to get too into it.
No, get into it, please. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the main character, his name is Alex, and he goes to prison, and he has his prison number is 655321. I was like, oh, what if I like rhyme the words from I lost my train of thought.
They're all good.
One moment. Yeah, I thought that I would rhyme the numbers with words. So your soul is mixed. This is going off of the first verse. Your soul is mixed. Mix 6. My hands are tied. Hands are tied. 5, 5. They rhyme. And then no remorse from you. Re is kind of a play off of the number 3. And this much is true, true too. Let my sun warm you forever. Sun, 1. So it's a little play off of that. That's where that inspiration comes from. And with Drain You, I think it's a love song. At least that's what Kurt Cobain said it was. And I thought, oh, I want a love song. I've never been in love before, but I want a love song, so let me do it. And now we have Moon.
I love that. And I love that you kind of walked us through that pattern. I think it really ties to your singer and songwriting abilities. So now performing her original song, Moon, here's Morgan Leese.
How to remember a place, haven't been to limitless space, burning so far, won't end, so go start. Tetris connecting with the bricks of knowledge that withhold me, building up into a bubbled surface. I'm searching for a light. The starry night won't let me find my ship to sail alone. The night be as black as a crow. Rush the clutch, but don't say too much. Well, too much is never enough. It's safe to say that no say is safe. Something's off, I sense again, so clutch the wave that's swaying me. So tides are turning, my lessons learning. I'm searching for a light. The starry night won't let me find my ship to sail alone. The night be as black as a crow. And here I circle the square, back to when I am left there. Burn yawns for me, master of melting. I am left to fend for the only cure that has weakened me. Too simplistic, quite cataclysmic. I'm searching for a light. The starry night won't let me find my ship to sail alone. The night be as black as a crow. My pool of jewels drowned me, and my own lake deserted me. Sounds they sizzle slowly, and closer they'll keep pulling me. I'm so shaken by the storm, I'm still not my final form. How simplistic can I go? To complicate is all I know.
Coming up, we'll be sitting down with Morgan Leese once again. It's all ahead on TUTV's In Performance. We'll be right back.
Your soul is mixed, my hands are tied, our hands are tied. No remorse from you, this much is true. Let my sun warm you forever. There's no way, no way you're knowing how I'll know when to say no. I'll sway and swoon as if you hung the moon. Teach me, I'm your student. Elusive, I won't mention. Elusive, a magician. I'm your shadow, you're my Peter Pan. There's no way, no way you're knowing how I'll know when to say no. I'll sway and swoon as if you hung the moon. Words falls into my words, crawls into my world. Your words for my world. You've become my dialect. I'll chase you for a say. I've got fears, but I'm never afraid. There's no way you're knowing how I'll know when to say no. I'll sway and swoon as if you hung the moon.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank Pillbook and Morgan for sharing their incredible talents with us today. And to everyone at home, thank you for tuning in, as we've had such a great time bringing you this special episode. For now, I'm Jesse Kosierowski, and we'll see you next time on TUTV's In Performance.